Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever wondered how a simple observation can spark a thought, and then how that thought can grow into something that, well, literally changes the world? Today, we're going on that exact journey. We're going to go from the world around us to the world inside our own heads, and finally to the incredible power of a single great idea. So let's dive in. It really all starts with this one question. I mean, it seems simple enough, right? But the answer connects everything from where we live to what we read, all the way to how we can solve some of humanity's biggest, toughest problems. That's the thread we're going to pull on today. So here's our game plan. We've got three parts to this journey. First up is the urban opportunity. Then we'll look at the screen versus the page, and we'll wrap things up with inventing a brighter future. Okay, so let's kick things off with our surroundings. For a whole lot of us, that means living in a city. A place that's full of challenges for sure, but also just packed with incredible opportunities. So what is it about cities that draws us in? Well, you can really boil it down to three big things. First, you've got strong infrastructure. Think roads, schools, hospitals, all that stuff. Then, of course, there are the abundant opportunities. Jobs, education, you name it. And finally, you have this rich culture and entertainment that just makes life more interesting. And what's really cool is how all these pieces fit together. More companies and factories mean more jobs, which means people can find work that actually fits their skills. All of that talent and all those resources in one place create this powerful engine for personal growth, letting people chase their dreams in a way they just couldn't anywhere else. Of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. The very same thing that makes cities great, all those people packed together, also leads to the biggest downsides. It gets crowded, and boy, can it get noisy. But the main idea here is that for a lot of people, that trade-off is absolutely worth it. Having everything you need from a doctor to a museum right at your fingertips is what makes city life so compelling. Okay, so we've looked at the world outside. Now let's turn inward and talk about how we feed our minds. And this brings us to a real modern-day duel for our attention: the screen versus the page. Ah, the TV. It's in almost every home. But what is it actually doing to us? Is it a fantastic tool for learning and relaxing, or is it maybe doing a little damage? Well, as it turns out, the answer is kind of both. And this really shows you just how two-sided television is. On the one hand, yeah, you've got amazing educational shows that can teach you about science or other cultures, and of course, there's entertainment that helps us unwind. But on the flip side, too much screen time often means a less active life, maybe some poor health, and even picking up bad habits from what we watch. It's a real 50-50 split. So let's break down what's actually happening in your brain. When you're watching TV, it's mostly a passive thing. The screen is doing all the heavy lifting, creating the images and sounds for you. But reading, that's a full-on workout for your mind. You're the one building the world, hearing the voices, and picturing the action. It strengthens your creativity, grows your vocabulary, and sparks all sorts of ideas and questions in a way that just staring at a screen can't. I really love this quote. It just perfectly captures that special, personal relationship we can have with a book. It's not loud or flashy. It's just a quiet friend, sharing stories and ideas, and building up our understanding of the world, one page at a time. So when you boil it all down, the takeaway is pretty clear. Look, TV is fine. It has its place. But the habit of reading is what actively builds a sharper, more creative, and more knowledgeable mind. It's not just a hobby. It's a real investment in yourself. All right, time to put all the pieces together. We've seen the kind of environment that sparks opportunity, and we've talked about how to build a stronger mind. So now, let's see what happens when that kind of mind sees a huge problem and decides to do something about it. And the problem we're talking about? It's just staggering. We're not talking about a few thousand people here. We are talking about millions of people around the globe who don't have access to the one thing that's most essential for life: clean, safe drinking water. That's the challenge. And then there's the idea, the solution. And the beautiful thing is, it's not some crazy, super complex technology. It's an elegant, simple concept. A machine that uses the sun's power to literally pull clean drinking water right out of the air. And the best part? It's eco-friendly and affordable, so it can actually get to the communities that need it the most. But what's so incredible is that it doesn't just stop there. This one simple invention creates this amazing ripple effect of positive change. So first, people get clean water. Problem one solved. Because of that, kids who used to spend their whole day just fetching water can now go to school.
Then health gets way better, which saves families money on medicine. And all of that leads to the most important thing of all, hope. It gives an entire community the foundation to build a better future.
And that really just drives the whole point home. A single idea born from paying attention and nurtured by a curious mind has the power to restore a basic human right. It proves that innovation isn't just about making things more convenient for us. It can be about dignity, about health, and about happiness for everyone.
And that brings our whole journey full circle, right back to you. We've seen how our environment shapes us, how our habits can build our minds, and how one idea can change everything. So the final question is, what problem do you see? What quiet thought is sitting in the back of your mind, just waiting? What simple idea could you have that changes the world?